what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
X about me, X about me.
With Professional Sutton.
You already know.
Chris G.
My homie.
And the Rucker Report.
My family, what up?
They for real.
All straight with no chaser.
Let the games begin.
Let's go. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
Woo! Yeah. You know what time it is. Welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy Professional Son with another weekly edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, man. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you haven't tuned in, and if this is your first time with me, just know it gets a little bit real at times. I'm trying to fix my mic stand. There we go. So before we begin, I want to thank our sponsor, 94.3 WYBC, the rhythm of the city. You can catch me, Professional Sutton, every weekday morning from 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have tickets. We have great giveaways. We have everything that you would need to party. R&B, old school, great time. So as you can see, we have some good things going on for the show here. We got Eli Manning being benched. Is it over for the Giants? Big Ben is out. Oh my goodness, what does that mean for the Pittsburgh Steelers? And also Drew Brees, he's out for 6 weeks. I'll tell you all about that. And also we have Jalen Ramsey. He wants out of Jacksonville. He said now is reports that he didn't say he wanted to get out, that they were all rumors. So I'll dive into that and I'll talk about that as well. Also, AB gets accused again. If you don't know, that's Anthony Brown. He is a newly acquired. I'm about to say acquired New England Patriots. Another accusation came out against him. Actually, two. We're going to talk about that. Also, as you can see, my 49ers won. So, I'm happy. And also, I'll give you your weekly picks for week 3 in the NFL. So, sit tight and I got you. Got a lot going on here. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. I feel great, look good. Camera's right. I'm looking up top, so I got my camera right here. So I'm trying to keep it centered. I'm trying to look at everybody in the right angle, in the right direction. But definitely, we're going to talk about some good stuff. We're going to start off with Eli Manning. If you don't know who Eli Manning is, he is the starting quarterback for the New York Football Giants. And he just got benched this week. Actually, yesterday. He played, and he didn't play quite well yesterday. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, why are you going to bench Eli? He's a staple of the New York Giants. But guess what? It's time to move on. I think that the Giants are overdue with giving Eli some time off. I think what they should have done years ago was really try to get Eli an offensive line that can block for him. Now, if you know me personally, I do not like the Giants fans. I could care crap about the New York Football Giants. However, I will say what's right is right and what's fair is fair. I don't think that Eli got a good shake at this. I feel that Eli was unprotected. I think that those 2 Super Bowl wins secured the Giants where they wanted to be. And they said, guess what? We don't have to have Eli do anything else. We don't need him. We're fine. And I said, you know what? I was going to get on the Giants, but I said, nah, I'm not going to get on the Giants today. I'm going to help the Giants. Yes, I'm going to help the Giants. And here's why. The New York Giants, if you can see from 2009 to now, they had an okay record. Now, where you see the blue line, that's where I feel the Giants should have got a backup quarterback that can lead the franchise. Not saying that they were going to say Eli Manning is horrible, not to dog Eli, but to say, you know what, Eli, we appreciate your service. And we want to make sure that this New York Giants prestige continues to live on. We want to make sure that you are respected and the team that you built is going to go and win multiple Super Bowls once you are gone. So if you look at the New York Giants record, when they went 6-10 the second time in 2015, that's when I felt that they should have got a quarterback who can sit under Eli Manning. A quarterback that could have said, you know what? I'm right there with you. I am going to wait in the wings. I'm going to make sure we get this done together. Eli, teach this young man how to be a good quarterback. Teach this young man what it is to be a starting quarterback of the New York Football Giants. And I know that they went out, they got Nassib. I know that they got a few other guys, but I don't feel that they got the right quarterback that was really going to lead the way. I think that by the time they went and got Daniel Jones, the ship was already sinking. They were like, hey, we need your help. We don't know what to do. Eli is probably going to be out of his misery soon. So let's try to shake this thing off. Let's get us a young quarterback. But now you're bringing in a young quarterback, and you're not bringing an offensive line that's going to be able to block this quarterback. Now, if you look at Eli Manning numbers, his passing numbers aren't really horrible. You know, if you look at the last time he went over 4,000 yards, was actually last season, and he had 4,299 yards. Now, the thing about Eli is, and this is my problem, but you know, the New York Football Giants, they just love this guy. If you look at his turnovers, his interceptions, the touchdown ratio, now he's very proficient in terms of numbers. Now, 2013, it was a precipitous drop as he only threw for 69.4%. But everything else is pretty much over 80%. But that high turnover rate, and as you can see where it was 69.4%, that was also his least, well, not actually, no, yes, his least amount of touchdowns with only 18 touchdowns. Now, I can sit here and bash Eli Manning all day, but I'm not going to bash Eli. What I want the Giants to do is say, you know what? Scrap this. We're done. We got rid of, Odell Beckham Jr. You know, we don't think that we need anyone to come and help us out at this point. We feel that we can do it ourselves. So you know what? We're going to scrap all that. We're going to scrap all that. We're going to move along. And we're going to let this season and next season be a rebuilding year. Now, we also got Saquon Barkley. I mean, he's busting his ass out there. So what we're going to do is, for Daniel Jones, for Saquon, we're going to get them offensive line. New York Giants, get your offensive line. Preferably, get you some veterans in there. Get you some veterans that can actually help out your organization. Get those young boys moving. Keep them young boys fresh. And then what you want to do is you want to go in the draft. You want to get you some young, fresh meat. Get you some young linemen that can say, hey, guess what? We're going to be with you for the duration. Have the older guys show the younger guys what it means to be professional athletes. Not only that, but what is it required to be in a winning organization? Now, by that time, Saquon will have developed his game. He will probably be a candidate for the MVP race. Also, you have Daniel Jones, who learned the game. Now the game is slowing down for him. Now he can play ball. He can feel more comfortable. Now, what you want to also do is, on top of all that and how you incorporate all that, you want to look at Eli numbers and say, you know what? Eli didn't do a bad job, but he was doing a lot, and he was really unprotected. So imagine if he had some protection. Imagine if he had some help, the things that he could have done. So the Giants, your season, your franchise, I should say, isn't over. Now, your season, that might be a little different. Your season might be over, but you can also find a way to salvage your franchise by getting you offensive line. Also, on top of offensive line, you know I got my notes here. I gotta keep my notes here because I want to make sure that I'm giving it to you straight and raw. Get you some defensive linemen. You know, New York Giants, get you some defensive linemen. Anytime the Giants won within the past 10 years, which were 2 Super Bowls, by the way, when they beat the Patriots, they had a defensive line. They had a defense that was stacked. I think that the linebacker core is okay, but get you a good defense of linemen and a good secondary. Now, you don't have to go and, bank the house on the secondary, but get you some veterans, get you some guys that can really get some help over the top so that those defensive linemen, they can cause havoc. They can eat. And the only thing that secondary you got to do is say, hey, you know what? We're going to do our job. We're going to pick this team apart because you guys are doing your job. So if the New York Giants are smart, they're going to get them some offensive linemen. They're going to get them some defensive linemen and get them some more secondary guys, because that is going to be the determining factor to play in the NFC East, also against Zeke, also against Dak, because believe it or not, the Dallas Cowboys team is on a rise to do something. Now, Super Bowl bound, I'm not going to say that again. I already said it on my other show. If you haven't already seen it, then go to the previous episode here, and you'll see I said that the Dallas Cowboys are probably Super Bowl bound based on what I'm seeing right now. So, Giants, get you some defensive linemen, offensive linemen, block from young boys, and I promise you, you'll be back where you want to be. Now, I don't like the Giants, so I won't be giving you guys much help. So that's all the help you're going to get from me, Giants fans. I just want to see some good football, so I'm trying to be neutral here, and I am neutral. I didn't bash you guys this time, so get you some help. You'll be fine. If you don't know, Big Ben, he is hurt. He is out. I know he has some elbow issues. Big Ben is old. Big Ben is, how can I say it? He's a bit of a karma. Big Ben, this is bit karma. The way you push your teammates out, the way you didn't want to be part of the fold. You wanted to be more like a coach than you wanted to be a leader for your players. So this is what's happening. And, if I was the Steelers, I would make sure I'm not on the same boat as the New York Giants, because the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though they don't have Big Ben, they still have a chance at making the playoff. They still have a chance of being second in that division next to the Ravens. And with that being said, they can still have a prominent season, also a future ahead of them. So what you want to do right now is you want to secure what you have. Then with that being said, you want to look in the draft. Now is the time to look in the draft. Why you still have the offensive lineman, why you still have the defense, why you still have the team that can possibly make a run for the next 2 to 3 years. Now, barring injuries, that's a different story. But without injuries, I think that the Steelers' way are still put together. I think Coach Tomlin does a great job of getting those guys ready. So the Steelers need to make sure that they don't become like the Giants and become complacent and wait until it's too late for them to get help. Now, if you don't know Big Ben, he has had a lot of trouble with a lot of his teammates. Now, anybody that had trouble with Hines Ward, that's an issue, So before we can talk about AB, people keep saying AB and his antics. Well, listen, it's not all AB's fault. We got to put some onus on Big Ben. Instead of him going to the radio, he should have went to Big Ben. I'm sorry, he should have went to AB. He should have went to his teammates. He should have aired that dirty laundry out in a team meeting, not on the radio. Now, Hines Ward, who is a respected player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, legend, Hines Ward, he said himself that Big Ben was not much of a leader, and I had the clip up here, but of course it's not going to show because we're not crazy. He said that Big Ben should be a leader. He should not be a follower, and anything that has happened on the team, he shouldn't have aired it out on radio. And I agree with him. I agree you should not take that stuff on the radio. That stuff should be within the locker room. Now, the reason why I said that you don't want the Steelers to become like the New York Giants is because you want to get it while it's hot. You want to get it while Big Ben is still on the sideline. You still got Big Ben, who's going to be a part of the organization. Big Ben is still going to be helping around the locker room. Big Ben, no matter what you say about him, he loves the Steelers. He breeds the Steelers. So for Big Ben, he should become more like a coach at this point. He should take these young guys and put them under his wing and say, hey, let me show you what it's like to win. Let me show you what it's like to be part of the Steelers organization. And that's really what's going to help Big Ben. And Big Ben having that pedigree, understand how, Coach Tomlin likes to do things, understanding how the Rooneys like to do things. He can show some of the young guys how it should be done. Also being a professional, how to, have a long-term career. Big Ben, he doesn't get hurt a lot. Here and there, has some nicks and bruises. I mean, that's part of the game, but nothing like season injury that I can remember this long. I think he is older, long in the tooth, so father time is not on his side. So if the Steelers are smart, they'll say, hey, you know what? We're going to start implementing some young guys and get them in there, learn the system, let that trickle down. Because if that trickle down, then that's going to equal success. So the Steelers need to find a way to capitalize on this while Big Ben is still with the team. Now, as far as next year, I don't know. Big Ben is older. He's been in the league for about, 14 years now, let's say. So he's been in the league for quite a while. But with that being said, he still can be an asset for the Steelers organization. Now, Mason Rudolph, I don't know much about him. I don't know what his pedigree is, but again, he's being transformed in a system where they have the receiving core. They have James Conner, who played a phenomenal role last season when Le'Veon Bell held out. So you got your nucleus there. You definitely got your nucleus there. So now this is the time to capitalize. This is the time to make sure you guys don't fold and then have to play catch up at that. So Big Ben, I didn't like a lot of stuff that you did. That's for another episode. But you know what? I'm here to help. Call me professional love. I'm a professional helper. I'm helping out everybody today. Helping out everyone. Now, speaking of helping out, if you don't know, Jalen Ramsey, he's of the Jacksonville Jaguars, cornerback, said he need his money and he wants out of Jacksonville. Now, I it is tough because, it's a double-edged sword because in one hand I'm like, yes, this is business, do what you got to do, make your money. But then on the other hand, I'm looking at it from the team perspective. Now, if you don't know, Jalen Ramsey, he is under the rookie contract. Now, the rookie contract, it is a 4-year deal with a 5th-year option. So as you can see, his first year, his base salary is $450,000, and each year it increases. Now, if you don't know Jalen Ramsey, he is a Pro Bowl corner. I think he's been doing a great job for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, if you don't know, at the beginning of training camp, he came in with a Brinks truck. If you don't know what that means, that Brinks truck symbolizes, I need my money, I need to get paid, give me the bank. Now, that right there was cool because, again, it's the NFL. It's entertaining. I didn't have no problem with it. I think that many people knew this was a contract year. Many people knew that he probably wasn't going to take that 5th-year option. He probably was going to say, you know what? I want to get more money and I deserve more money. And for me, I think that anybody that's in the NFL deserves way more money than what they make because they are putting their bodies on the line every single play, and I enjoy watching it. And I hear a lot of people talking about, oh well, just shut up and play. No, these guys need to make more money. And again, I broke it down last episode. These guys have to take a major hit in taxes. Each state they go to, they got to pay taxes. Now, certain states you don't have to pay taxes. I know someone corrected me earlier, like Texas, and I'm drawing a blank on the other state, but you have to pay these taxes. You got to pay your lawyer, you got to pay your agent, you got to pay your manager, you got to pay your publicist. So money is being divvied out. So it's not just I have this $100 million contract and I'm taking it all at once. No, there are some incentives, there are some signing bonuses, there are some guaranteed money. But again, once you get that money, it is taxed. We still live in the United States of America. So these players need their money. And if you can see Jalen Ramsey's, contract, when you think about, that $3 million, how fast that's going to go, that is going to go very, very quickly. Now, again, that 5th option, that's where he can make the money. But again, he feels he deserves more money. And I agree with him. Only thing I didn't like is that this is going to mess up the camaraderie of the team. Now, he has came out since this, by the time this air, you'll see that Jalen Ramsey, denied everything. He don't know where this is coming from. He don't know who said this, but let's be real. We already know that he wants out. We already know that he wants to win. He already made a statement saying, I just want to win. Now, if you know Jacksonville, Nick Foles went down. He's not going to be in the game anytime soon. The offense is very stagnant. Their defense, the morale is gone. He just wanted to be a contender, and I don't blame these young guys at all. People are of the notion that you guys stay with one team, and by staying with that one team, that means that you are the loyalist person ever. No, it's not. It just means that you want to stay with that team and you like that situation. Everybody isn't like that. Some people, they like to win. They want to be on a winning organization. They want to win championships. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't find anything wrong with that because at the end of the day, you have to get your money. Now, again, we look at these numbers and we say, oh, that's a lot of money. I don't understand the problem. Hey, why is he even complaining? Well, he's complaining because he wants to be secure. And that's what's really, really important. So, Jalen, get your money, man. I hope that you get that bread, man. I just want to see these young boys eat and win and understand how this can help them, not only them, but also their family. Speaking of winning, man, I lost in my fantasy football this week. God dang it. That's me crying. I lost. And the Saints lost. I also had the Saints beating the Rams, a rematch of the NFC Championship. But Drew Brees, man, he will be out for 6 weeks. And I think that the Saints shouldn't be worried. Teddy Bridgewater, he's coming in. I think he's hungry. I think you still got that core around, Teddy Bridgewater that can really help him. Kick things into gear. So, 6 weeks, nice recovery. Let Drew Brees, recover. Let him, kind of handle his business, get ready for playoffs because I feel that the Saints still will make the playoffs. I think that they'll be fine. So by the time he come back, in 6 weeks, take another week off, just start throwing, get used to the team. Nice stretch. I mean, I think that this probably help him more than it actually hinders him. Because he can actually rest his body going into a lengthy playoff. So even though he's hurt, still good that, Drew Brees gets to actually rest. So I think that it's just going to benefit him in the long run. It's going to benefit him in the long run. So get well, Drew. He's definitely one of my idols, man. Short guy. He's been playing the game for a while. So I love to see, when good guys do good things. So shouts out to Mr. Drew Brees. Now, in other news, if you don't know, AB is in the news once again. Mr. Antonio Brown of the New England Patriots. He was hit with the second allegation charge. Now, before we get to the second one, I do want to be a little petty here because I want to talk about the email that he sent to that female. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I got it for you. If you want to, you can pause it. You can read it because it's really hard to read, man. It's just, just the way he writes. It's like, Jesus, Antonio Brown. So, if you guys don't know, that situation with the female who accused Antonio Brown of raping her on 3 separate occasions. Antonio Brown has released some footage of him and that young lady. He also said that it was consensual. Now, the Patriots has let him play. The Patriots in the NFL have not put him on an exempt list. So they're still working things out. I know that they met with the young lady and, they're still hashing things out. So they're going to get Antonio Brown, side of the story. But what is more interesting is that an orthopedic came out and said that AB farted in his face. Now he needs $11,000. Now listen, man. As a grown man, as a man of integrity, I'm sorry. You ain't gonna fart in my face without me trying to whoop your ass, without me trying to put these damn paws on you. You fart in my face, it's gonna be $11,000 that I need for that bail money, because you're not just gonna fart in my goddamn face and think I'm not gonna do nothing about it. Now, this is where you get the whole adage: soon as one horse drink water, they all want to drink. Because now you got one accuser who is coming out and trying to get a settlement of $2 million now. Then you got another person who said in the Sports Illustrated magazine 2018, she was painting a mural for AB, and he came out naked. And then you got this doctor. Now, I am not of the part where we blame the victims. No, I'm not blaming the victims. But where there is smoke is usually fire. And also where you smell shit, there's also some bullshit behind it. Now, if AB did what he did, by all means, prosecute him to the highest degree of prosecution. Do what you got to do. But I know that if something were to happen, and you know, people can correct me down below. If something were to happen where someone is raped, then they usually don't, try to sue. They want to press charge because they want this person behind bars. Now, I'm not even mad at how long it took, because I know that most victims, it take them a while to come out. It take them a while to actually get the courage and the strength to say, hey, this is what happened to me. That part I get, and that part I respect. But what I don't respect is that she's trying to get money out of this situation. That's where it's very sketchy. Also, she said that the second time she was reading or watching a gospel program and AB masturbated on her back. Now, listen, again, I wasn't there. I'm not saying that these things didn't happen, but it looks kind of fishy there. Now, since that time, AB's lawyer, he did come out and he gave this statement. He talks about how Antonio Brown is innocent, how the woman is trying to extort him, how she wanted some money and Antonio Brown denied her. And they're going to countersue because they want this to all go away. Now, I hope that this is not true. I hope that she is lying based on the information I have. But if she is lying, this is pretty sad, because you have a lot of victims who are, victims and who are taken advantage of, and people are using this as a come up to get money, which is so sad, because a lot of times, a lot of the victims, they don't get hurt, but people like this get hurt. And this is sad. So I hope whatever happens come out. I hope everything works out. But AB, man, I love you, bro. But come on, fam. Come on, fam. Come on. Let's get some grammar police here. Yeah, it's just, come on, man. Damn. I mean, he went off, though. Little girls, you failed gymnasts, living the past. You at your mama house with your mama. Lucky I showed you around. You're welcome. My baby mama know a weak bitch when she spot one. You played yourself. It was very hard to read. But, yeah, so we're going to see how this turned out, and I'm going to keep you guys abreast. Also, go to our Facebook page. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast on Facebook. That's where I'm at. Also, you can go to our IG page, Real DSTM, and also on Twitter, Real DSTM1. So I'll be bringing you all the latest and greatest on that story and stories to come. Now, if you don't know, man, my 49ers, we got that win. Yeah, I wish I had some sound effects. We got that win, man. My 49ers, we beat the Bengals 41-17. Now, usually I want to show my face, but nah, I want my 49ers to get all the recognition, because we are 2-0. This is our first time being 2-0 since 2012. And that year we went to Super Bowl. We didn't win it. We should have, but still was great, man. Still was great. We got that dub. Now, our defense has been playing lights out. Jimmy G, we still got to work with him on some things. We still got to make sure that he is up to par. he has been scaring me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Jimmy G been scaring me a little bit, but 49ers, man, we playing good, we playing hard. I love the situation that we are in right now. I love it all the way. I'm so happy, man. Listen, as you can tell, I am what's that? Let me get an SAT word. Exuberated. Let me see another one. I don't want to sound stupid, so I'm gonna say happy. I'm really, really happy that my Niners got this key win. And then we go and play the Steelers, while I'm just talking about the Steelers and the team that they have. So if we could start off 3-0, play the Steelers, then next week after that, go play the Browns, who I think we can beat, put that pressure on Baker Mayfield. Whew. 4-0. 4-0. Then we start, our divisional play. Man, listen. If my 49ers start out 4-0, just know this is going to be a dope show. I'm going live on Facebook. I will be up there doing my thing, man. It's going to be so dope. So, my 49ers just showed again, man. We won. I'm so proud of my boys, man. We did our things. Now, my pick'ems for week 1 and week 2, as you can see, I went 10-3 my first week and 9-2 for week 2, which brings me to 19-9, which is okay. Because my fantasy, I am horrible. My fantasy, I am 0-2. My week in fantasy football was really tough for week 1 because I thought I had a win. I'm sitting here like, oh man, I got this win, but guess what? I lost. I was pretty upset. I was pissed, but it's okay. And then week 2, I just got blown out for my fantasy football. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. It was a debacle. But it's only week 2. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. So I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna stress it too bad. So I'm cool right now. I'm not gonna be too bitter. But yeah, as you can see, I'm 19-9, and I want to keep a good record. So for this week 3, boom. Here's my picks. I got Tennessee over the Jaguars, and I got the Bills over the Cincinnati Bengals. I got Dallas, Green Bay, Atlanta. You can check my list out right there. Those are the teams that I feel will be winning this week. Thursday night, that kicks the week 3 off. So Tennessee is coming off of a victory. I had the Colts, but I was wrong. And I'm going to pick them this week. I'm going to pick the Colts this week. Another team that I was a little hesitant about picking was Minnesota, but they are playing Oakland. So I said I get that dub. And also another team I was kind of skeptical over was the Cardinals. Now, the reason why I chose Arizona over Carolina is because Cam Newton, he is hurt. He didn't practice today. So I put that into, to some factors. And I know that the Arizona Cardinals have been playing tough, but they did play the Ravens, and the Ravens are a pretty decent team. So, I'm going to go with Arizona in this one. So if you look at my picks, it's mainly all the teams on the right side. But, it's all about the 49ers, and we are finally home. Pittsburgh is coming to us. We are ready to play. We are ready to ball out. So I'm excited, man. I am so excited. So we're going to see how my week 3 picks look. We're going to make sure that I'm not looking like a fool here. Maybe I would. I don't know. But guess what? We're going to make it work. So everybody that's been tuning in to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast, I surely appreciate you. Remember, I will also be going live every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So join us on my Facebook fan page. That's Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. That's where it's me, D-Ruck, and Chris G. Now, you think I'm a right. No, you should see these guys. Because Chris G, he got, was grinding my gears. D-Ruck, he got the Ruck Report. So dope. It's so bananas. Now, What I may do is I may start putting that out on YouTube. I think I should. So I'm just doing a weekly thing right now. I'm trying to get acclimated back into the YouTube world. I need y'all help. What I need everyone to do right now is go and like and share and subscribe. Hit that share button. Don't hold out for yourself. Hit that subscribe button. I need these views. I need these subscriptions, and I'm gonna bring it to you every week. Now, if I get enough subscription and if I get a lot of views, what I'll do is I'll do a daily show. I'll do a daily show, and I make sure it's hot. I make sure it's dope. Yes, I work. I'm a human being, but I love what I do. I love talking sports. So I really want to bring this thing to you, man. I really am entertained. I love talking sports, and that's what I do. So that's my passion. So I want everybody to, once again, thank you so much. What you can do for me, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Also, see me on Facebook, Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Also go to my Instagram page, Real DSTM, and follow us on Twitter, Real DSTM1. So again, thank you so much. As you can tell, I am so happy. I want to thank our sponsor, 94.3 WYBC, the rhythm of the city. And I want you guys to get a glimpse of that. Don't Shoot the Messenger. We love you, and I'm out.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished.
This is Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.
X about me.
With professional Sutton,
You already know.
Chris G,
My homie.
and the Rucker Report.
My family, what up?
They for real.
All straight with no chaser.
Let the games begin.
Let's go. Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast.